everyone, welcome to Join to Learn channel. So I am your mathematics faculty. So I will be covering your linear algebra and calculus part. So in this video we are going to see the chapter named as linear algebra. Okay, so before starting the chapter I am going to tell you few points. You must remember those points until you complete this entire linear algebra and calculus course. Okay, so let me write this heading. So first chapter in our syllabus is linear algebra. So before starting this chapter I'd like to say a few suggestions. I would like to give you a few suggestions. So if you want to note it down, then you can note it down, but you have to follow these suggestions in the entire course. Okay, see, the first thing which I'd like to say is you have to maintain the notes. I won't be writing each and every statement here. I'll just be dictating, or I'll just be explaining in my own words. What you have to do is you have to take your notes and you have to note them down in a proper manner. So in a proper manner, in the sense, in the manner which you are going to present this in your exam. Okay, so that is the first thing you must remember. And the second thing is, whenever I am explaining, whenever I'm saying some statement, don't get worried. Okay, in the beginning you won't be able to understand the statement. I'll explain each and every statement which I'm going to dictate with an example. So there is no need of worrying that I did not understand in the beginning itself. So once after the statement gets completed, you will be able to understand that statement with an example. So this is my way of teaching. So you'll get habituated to this. So these are the things which you must remember in the in our entire journey. Okay, so let's get into the chapter. So what's the name of our chapter? The first chapter is linear algebra. So before knowing what is linear algebra, first of all you should know what is meant by algebra. So since from our childhood we have been seeing this term algebra. We must have solved innumerous examples from our childhood, but when it comes to the definition, no one would be saying the definition. Okay, so let's see what is algebra. What does algebra mean? Okay, see, when you are having two linear equations in the sense which are having variables as well as coefficients. Okay, let us consider one equation: x plus y is equals to 2. This is one of your line equation. There is one more equation: x minus y is equals to 4. So these are two line equations. So the goal which you have been solving in algebra is you'll find x value and y value. Let us do that. So when you are solving these two line equations, let us consider this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. Let us solve this. When you add these two line equations, then you will get 2x is equals to 6. Now what you have got, x is equals to 3. So substitute this x value in either of these two equations, then you will get y value. So I am substituting in the first equation. So 3 plus y is equals to, what do I have, 2. So that implies what is the y value you get from this equation? Y is equals to minus 1. So x is equals to 3 and y is equals to minus 1 are the values of x and y for satisfying these two line equations. So you have been doing this since our childhood. We have been doing this since our childhood. So when you do the same type of calculation using matrices, then you call such simply you are solving these two line equations and finding x and y values and calling this method as algebra. So when you do the same process, when you take the same line equations and when you solve these equations and find x and y values, nothing but when you find the values of variables and by using matrices, then it is said to be linear algebra. That's the difference. When you solve simply the line equations, then you say this as algebra. When you solve these line equations using matrices, then you say it as linear algebra. So how do you convert these line equations into matrices? Let us see this. Okay, before seeing how to convert this into matrices, let us know what is a matrix. Okay, so these all are basic things. Few of the peoples must also be knowing. Even though you have to watch this with patience, because there will be some people who won't be knowing. So I'll be teaching everything with basics, from basics. Okay, So before converting this into in the form of matrices, let us see what is meant by matrix. When you come to know about matrix, matrices is nothing but the plural form of matrix. Okay, what is meant by matrix? Matrix is nothing but, so this is what I said. See, first of all, I'll be writing statement. Few of the people will be able to understand by seeing the statement itself, and few of you won't be understanding. So for that, I'll be explaining these statements with an example. After that, you'll get clarity. Okay, what is a matrix? Matrix is nothing but arrangement of elements in the form of so these things you must note it down in your notes. You have to keep separate notes for mathematics. Okay, in the form of rows and columns. So this is what a matrix means. So what is a matrix? Arrangement of elements in the form of rows and columns. Few of the people have got this by the definition itself, few might not have got. So for those people, I am explaining this the meaning of this statement with an example. Let us consider a matrix A. So inside this matrix, I am arranging some elements. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is an arrangement of elements in the form of rows and columns. So what is row? So the first doubt which you get is, what is row? The horizontal lines present in a matrix is called as rows. So these are what do you say them? Let us take one more color. Yeah. So the horizontal lines, you call them as rows. Okay. And the vertical lines which are present inside a matrix, you call them as columns. So now you can see clearly that the elements have been arranged in the form of rows and columns. So this arrangement, which is in the form where the elements are present in the form of rows and columns, is known as a matrix. Okay, so now you go to the definition again. After seeing the example, you go to the definition again. So what is it saying? Arrangement of elements in the form of rows and columns. That is what a matrix means. So matrices is nothing but simply the plural form of matrix. Okay, now you would have got the idea about what is a matrix. Now let us convert this line equation in the form of matrices. Okay, see, I can write this line equation as, I'll write this line equation as 1 into x plus 1 into y is equals to 2. Okay, then I am writing this as 1 into x minus 1 into y is equals to 4. So when you convert this in the form of matrix, what happens is, you have to write all the coefficients in one matrix. What are the coefficients? Coefficients are nothing but which are present before the variables. Variables are nothing but the values which are unknown. Okay, so x and y are variables, and the values which are present beside them, like behind them, they are known as coefficients. So what are the coefficients here? 1, 1, 1, minus 1. Then you have to write variables in one matrix. So x, y is equals to, you have to form these two elements also in a matrix. So this is nothing but converting these line equations in the form of matrices. So you are having some naming conventions over here. So the matrix which is fully comprised of coefficients is known as coefficient matrix. And this is known as variable matrix, since it is the matrix which is comprised of variables, right? And this is known as constant matrix, since it is a matrix where constants are present. Okay, so the aim is same. See, you had find x and y values using simply these two line equations. Now using matrices, you have to find x and y values. So this process of solving line equations using matrices is known as linear algebra. Okay, now most of the people would have got an idea like what linear algebra means. So this is about the introduction of linear algebra. This is enough, and you also have seen the definition of matrix. In the upcoming videos, we are going to see the types of matrices. See, when it comes to syllabus, you people are having from rank, right? I guess it is from ranks itself. You are having rank of matrix, solving system of equations, then you will be having syllabus paper with you. You can see, I guess it is from ranks. So the thing is, I will cover all the basics which are required, all the prerequisites for finding the rank. I could also have discussed directly rank, but if I had done so, you people would not have got much idea about rank. So that is why I am building your base. So please watch these videos. So directly don't go into the chapter of rank, directly go into the video of rank. You have to watch all the previous videos, then only when you go to the rank video you will be able to understand clearly, or else you will have lots and lots of confusions. So these are nothing but prerequisites of your syllabus. I hope you people are understanding. When you understand the concept, automatically it will build your interest. Okay, so that's it for today's video. In the next video we are going to see types of matrices, then multiplication of matrices. You'll see all the entire codes. So you people, what do you have to do? So you have to maintain a notes and you have to write each and everything. See, I did not write the explanation for all these things. You have to write on your own words, then only you'll come to know. Since you have come to BTech, no one will dictate notes for you. You have to prepare your own notes, then you have to prepare for your exams. Okay then, thank you for watching. If there are any doubts regarding this topic or any topic, please post your doubts in the comment section by mentioning the duration. Like if you are having doubt at 5 minutes and 30 seconds, please mention that duration in the comment section and write your doubt beside that duration. Okay, then I'll be replying to your comments. Okay guys, we'll catch you up in the next video.